everybody, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm John, the host of the show, and I've decided to bring three other folks onto the podcast in order to discuss what's going on in videoed games this particular week. Joining me are Solon.
Howdy.
Rose.
Yeehaw.
And Walker.
Hello.
Thank you.
Bring a little normalcy into here. I like that. That's... Don't let us get away with it.
Oh,
Ding.
no.
I spat in a cup, in a tin can cup.
A spittoon, if you will.
Oh, is that why they're
Splatoon.
called that? Because when you do it, it makes the patoon noise?
I guess.
Isn't it onomatopoeia?
I mean, they're called spittoons, but I don't know if that's exactly why they're called that.
Splatoon.
Oh, it's named after Splatoon.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, Splatoon 1 came out in, 2014 or whatever, and then they were like, oh shit, we finally have a name for those
This weird jar that's just been
jugs.
hanging out.
God. So, it's been quite the week for games. I feel like all of us have been playing a lot of games this past week. Which is good, because there's been quite a few times in the past, I don't know, maybe 2 months, where we've just been like, I don't know, I guess we're doing something. That's fine.
Still playing.
This week was
Still
exciting.
playing Devil May Cry 5.
Who wouldn't?
Which,
Right?
there's no problem with
Yeah.
that.
I
Just we were
should.
still going through
Oh.
it. It just continued, you
Yeah,
know?
it was just like, yeah, here we are. Bloody Palace again.
So, why don't we start going around and talk about what's been going on lately? How about we start with you, Solon? Since
Well, yes, thank you
is,
for asking, John. It is my birthday. I'm so
Happy
excited to
birthday.
celebrate this. This is the first time I get to celebrate with Video Game Choo Choo, but it is an entire week-long celebration of me and everything that is me. It started this Friday right when I get off of work, because Memorial Day weekend in the U.S., as is observed, but worldwide, it's known as Solanmas. And so happy Solanmas to you and yours.
Thank you.
It's a whole weekend to memorialize me and how all the wonderful things I've done.
I appreciate that you have allowed us to celebrate Solanmas, because if you didn't let us, we would just drop dead.
Yeah.
No, don't know.
Well, no, you don't have to worry about it. That's what we're saying. It's like, yeah.
You saved us, thank you.
Yep. It's my honor.
So, happy birthday, Solon. Absolutely.
I am 27 years young.
It's a good age.
I hear it's a
'Cause
good
it's
age.
your age. It's your age. Do you have any festivities planned? Or have you been playing any games up to the day? Are you planning on maybe getting any games for your birthday? What's the plan?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
You gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
That's correct. They're giving me a thing because I'm on their app, the Blazing Rewards deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what the thing was, but I hope it's a cake. I got Cinesticks yesterday from Pizza Hut. And those tasted like just uncooked dough with some sugar on it. And I ate the whole thing.
Delicious.
And I got really sick. Other than that, so basically, this weekend I'm going to spend playing Final Fantasy V.
That's a good one.
Until We Beat series is going to continue.
Have you ever played
And
it?
so it's the only one that I know nothing about.
Oh,
Wow.
Let me tell you about Ferris and, well, no, you'll find out. Very good.
I know about 6, even though I haven't played it, because my roomie did a whole Let's Play on it, and it was delightful.
Also, I feel like everyone has to know, about 6, because everyone talks about Kefka all the time, right?
Right. It's all Star Warsy. It's fun. But I know that from playing the last 4 of them, that we're only going to increase all of the things. And so this one's going to be the longest one that we've done so far, because it's all the drama of Final Fantasy IV with the complexity of 3, because I know it's got the job class system again, where we're going to be managing our how we level up and stuff. And so I'm really excited for that. That's what I'm going to spend most of the weekend doing. And then also, I really like everything that I've been doing this entire week is just been buffer for me to not be playing Hades. We played that on Sunday for Sundays with Solon, and we almost didn't play the other game on the list. We had another game there, and we almost didn't get to it because I found my spot. I found where I wanted to be, and it was just playing Hades constantly.
I hear that with games like that. Like that used to be like me with The Binding of Isaac or Spelunky or something. Like, you just get into it, and then it's like, this is the only game now. This is it. Who needs other video games? It's got
that roguelite loop in it that is so nice. And on top of it, it hits all of your mythological niches.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the game? Because I feel like some folks might not know too much about it.
So Hades is a game by Supergiant Games. They did Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre, the cooler, forgotten cousin of the Supergiant Games family.
It's good. It's a good game.
Here, it's super good. But this one is, it kind of, in a way, like, goes to where Bastion was eventually gonna go anyway, and that is, what if you were stuck in the same loop over and over and over? Well, you're the son of Hades, you're the son of the devil, Zagreus? Everyone calls him Zag, because, when you're in hell, you're zigging, but he's the guy that zags. And so he's trying to get out of hell, because he doesn't like it being in hell anymore. He had a good gig there, but then he had daddy issues, and now he's leaving, as, we all do. And then we get out of hell, and on your way out, your dad's like, don't. Also, you can't. So they kind of establish, like, not only are you doing something that he doesn't want you to do, but you're also doing something that is literally impossible. And that's to escape from the realms of the underworld, because it's just a straight path out, and there is infinite, like, just tons and tons of enemies and, oh God, what are the bosses called? The Furies that are at every kind of checkpoint that are trying to stop you from getting out, because they're trying to stop anyone from getting out. It's designed to keep people in hell. And so the most interesting thing about it is that the entire time that you're trying to escape, literally everyone is supporting you. Everyone in hell is just like, hey, Zag, trying to get out of hell again? Yeah, you didn't make it last time, but I still believe in you. I think you've got this. You give us all a lot of hope and inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing. We like what you're doing. And all the gods from Mount Olympus are like giving you gifts the entire time. Mostly because they're playing politics, like it's in their interest to get one over on Hades. But they're also just delightfully varied and nice and fun to hang out with. You can do that old Grecian thing of getting a gift from one god and not choosing the other god, and then they get really pissed at you. They're like the really kind of like petty Greek god stuff. And the whole while, you're fighting enemies in a top-down, kind of Diablo-like situation where just enemies are spawning everywhere in a room, and you have to clear them with your weapon, and your weapon can be any one that you choose from the beginning. There's a gun, a sword, a axe, a shield that you can throw. And they each have their own long list of different abilities that you build out over the course of every run. And so, depending on your random luck, maybe your run is going to be electrical imbued with the power of Zeus, or maybe you're going to have a lot of like status ailments on your run, or maybe you're going to have triple shot for a run, like a whole bunch of variants on what every single time you try to escape from hell is like. And so it just scratched that itch. It scratches that roguelike itch that I did not realize I craved so much until last year when we played The Void Rains Upon Her Heart. And that also has scratched that itch too. So I'm feeling very well served lately.
Good.
That's good.
It is your birthday. I mean, yeah, Solon Miss, right? So that's good as hell.
Yep. I tried playing it for 2 hours on like Wednesday, and then it became 6 hours. And I was like,
Ooh.
uh-oh. I need to make sure to keep from this happening.
It's a dangerous game.
It's so dangerous. You say one more run, and then it's not just that like you keep saying one more run, one more time, but that one more run that's like, this is the last one, ends up also being the best one and lasting like an hour. And it's like, damn it.
Yeah, and then you die, and it's like, well, I can't quit now. I just had my best moment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it goes with those runs kind of games. Walker, what's been up with you? What have you been playing lately?
Well, a follow-up from last week, when Elvie talked about that phone game Love Nikki. I ended up downloading it when I was setting up my new phone, and it's kind of fantastic, and I'm really worried that I'm going to get really sucked into it. I just started playing it yesterday, but it's just what she described. It's just dress up. It's like Pokemon, in which every person that you run into only has fashion competitions in their mind. And you put together now, they give you 2 pointers. Like, for this round, you have to be simple and mature. So you just put on an outfit with those descriptors and hope for the best. Like, you can't really do much to alter it once you've chosen your outfit. The problem comes in, like, when the monetization hits, is that if you're playing a game about dressing up, chances are you like clothing, and the itch starts hitting you real quick of like, oh, I have this outfit, but I don't have a scarf for it. How can I live without it? So I'm gonna spend just a little bit of gold to get like the shoes or the necklace, and I can see that getting troublesome real quick, although they've been really generous with the currency so far. So I don't know if it's too exploitative, but I can see where the shots are coming from when it's time to try and get me to spend money. But it's just really nice. She did mention that the translation is really funny, and it's it's a trip sometimes. What I found funnier is the dubbing, because there's this one character with you that's a talking cat, and every line that they say has been recorded in a different time with a different quality, and I'm almost sure by a different person even. It's jarring. But then they also have like professional voice actors. There's Christina V, who voices like Noelle Vermillion and Kotori in Love Live. She's like fairly big name voice actress.
Yeah, what is she not in at this point? Like,
it's a cool game. Translation is really funny. Just you gotta get used to that. And the other thing that I know you've been playing too is the original Castlevanias, which is one of my favorite series. So it's almost muscle memory for me beating them at this point.
Could you play them at the same time? Could you somehow combine Love Nikki and Castlevania?
Yeah, well, Love Nikki is like the commute game now, right? Yeah, because it's a mobile game.
Yep.
Castlevania is just like really short. You get home and you can beat one of them in like an hour if you know what you're doing.
Well, I don't. So,
well, I didn't either, but I've been playing them for Halloween yearly for almost 10 years now. So I've just learned them.
I played Castlevania 1 for the first time a couple years back, and I just played it in like 1 hour one morning. I was just like, I beat it all, and I was like, oh, this is great. You just play it, and it's done, and it's a fun time. It's cool as hell.
Yeah, they're all really short. Even 4, which is like much larger than the other ones, it's like 2 hours and a half. Yeah, it's just good side scrollers
Yeah.
with the best music in all of video games. Really
It's
good.
pretty fucking good.
Well, I'm glad that you are enjoying Castlevania, because I have been enjoying Castlevania too. I got my grubby little hands on the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, which probably includes a lot of the games that you've been playing. I put my hands on pretty much all of them, but the one I was focusing on is Super Castlevania 4, which is pretty tough for me, but I am enjoying it quite a bit. I'm almost done with it. I'm on the death boss fight, and I'm just a little stuck on it, but I'll get by it soon, because it's like it's death, and then you fight Dracula, and that's it. Yeah. God, no, it's a great collection. There's a review on the site. Me saying that it's a great collection might come as a bit of a surprise based on my score, but my choice in words is more about the quality of the games that are included. It is a great bunch of games. There are 2 bad games in that whole selection, and they are pretty much in there because they need to be, because there's no way that anyone would buy them by themselves. They put Simon's Quest and the first Castlevania Game Boy game in there, because you kind of need to. But the rest of the collection's fantastic. You got Castlevania 1, you got Castlevania 3, you got Castlevania 4, you got Castlevania Bloodlines, you got Kid Dracula, which, by the way, hasn't come out outside of Japan in English yet, up until now. And this is the Famicom version, because I think the Game Boy version came out over here, but the Famicom version didn't come out over here. And you also got Castlevania The Adventure, which is the shitty Game Boy one, and then Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, which is the good Game Boy one. So that's a good amount of games, all in one package. And most of them are really good. And I thought that it was a really fine collection of games. Just, there wasn't anything much beyond that collection.
Yeah, was there any extras, some goodies that got your attention at all?
So yes, there is a little bit of extras. There's an ebook in the game that I almost didn't read, because when I opened it up initially, it was just a bunch of instructions, so I was like, oh, this is just an instruction book, okay.
Yeah, did you open it up and just immediately fall asleep?
Basically, yes. And then when I was about to be done with the review, Solon, you actually stopped me and said, no, actually, there is some stuff in there. You have to dig in a little bit. And I was like, wait, what? There's more?
Yeah, check past page, it was like page 33 onward into page 55 of this document.
It wasn't that far, but it was still like, there was just a bunch of fluff in there. There's like an interview with the composer and with the producer of the Netflix show, which is kind of weird, but it's especially funny because the composer, I do want to get her name right. It's Michiru. I want to get her name right. Hang on. It is Michiru Yamane. She actually, most of her work is on the Igavania games. She did the music for Bloodlines, and that's it.
Yeah, so in between those two people,
really
there's
weird.
Not any like first-person accounts of the development of any of the games in the collection.
No. And that's absolutely because they are the people that are on Konami's good graces. Like, they couldn't talk to... I mean, who knows who was on the dev team for those early Castlevanias, and then if they did want to talk to somebody about the Igavania games, they'd want to talk to Iga, and he's not going to talk to fucking Konami. So,
I always forget about that,
I mean,
that the early Castlevanias have the fucking NES-like bullshit names, right?
Green Monster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, you know, at the very least, the interview with Michiru Yamane is actually a pretty good interview. And then the Adi Shankar review is just like him going, man, I love these games. Isn't that great? I love these. We're gonna make a season 3 of the show. That's cool. And it's like, alright, sure.
Did you see his jacket? They've got him
Yeah,
wearing this
he's got
like
a cool jacket.
this really cool jacket, and on the sleeves are entirely like written in print. What's the thing that they always the Castlevania person says? Like I will fight Dracula into the night or whatever or something. But it's just like written.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world. Something like that.
That's the one. That's exactly the one.
Yeah.
It's just written all up and down the arms. Like this guy's such a nerd.
Yeah, like I'm
love
not
it.
like questioning Adi Shankar's like cred, because like I listened to an episode of Retronauts that he was on, and he was like, you know, he was talking to Jeremy Parrish about Castlevania, and like he was like legitimately really stoked to just talk about Castlevania. Like, dude is very obviously a fan, which is nice
And really
like,
well informed.
It's good. Yeah, like it's good that somebody who's like basically become an ambassador of the series and is like pushing it really hard is someone who's a legit fan. Like, that's cool. But it's also just really funny that like those are the two people that they could talk to. And then there's this like really flowery like editorial that someone wrote. And here's the kicker. The person that was running the like interviews was just listed as Castlevania producer. Because I guess they have a new producer to run the Castlevania games, because, you know, they'll make another Castlevania in the future. They have someone who is in charge of Castlevania now. But that guy does not have a name, according to Konami. It is just Castlevania producer.
That's my name now, I decided.
Well, Rose, you did a good job on that interview,
please, Castlevania.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Castlevania producer, you did a really good job on that
Thank you.
interview.
We're very proud of the
Mr.
brand.
Producer
here.
is my father. You can call me Castlevania.
God.
Castle
No, it was
V
weird.
producer.
And then I don't remember if it was the producer who wrote this or like just some other person they hired to do editorial, but it was just like, you know, some people argue that Simon getting blown backwards whenever he gets hit by an enemy and then immediately dying when you fall into a pit. A lot of people say that that's not good design. I think that's great design, like all this. And I'm like we all like Castlevania here, alright? We bought this collection to celebrate this franchise. You can say that the Medusa heads suck ass. We all know. It's okay.
I like them.
Defend the Medusa heads, Walker. They deserve defending. Why
Yeah,
do you
well,
like them?
Like, I went in a whole rant for how much I love the first one. Like, it's a strange pattern to walk around when your only attack is a straight line. But, like, that's the point. You have to, like trace out their movement line and just be ready to jump at the correct moment or, like, hit them at the correct moment. I think it works fine with everything else. They're a little bit harder, but I think they make sense in that game.
Okay. I'm being a little hyperbolic. It's mostly the getting bumped back and falling and immediately dying thing. That's the major complaint, I feel. But look, no matter what, I still think it's kind of funny that they like spent time editorializing instead of like putting down history.
Right.
But there are some neat little bits of art. There's like 2 pages each for each game of some concept art. And there's some scans of the front covers and back covers of the games. So that's nice, but you know, you compare any of that to like the SNK collection that Sol and you reviewed, or the like Street Fighter 30th collection, anything that Digital Eclipse touches. Like if Frank Cifaldi is involved, then all bets are off. Like the fact that Konami didn't put as much effort into it is, you know, a bit discouraging and upsetting, and that's definitely why it's not as spectacular a collection. Yeah,
the SNK game had a lot of tools that made the games accessible in a lot of different ways. And the Castlevania Anniversary Collection has one save state that you can use, which is okay. It's kind of just like expected. There's nothing too impressive or exciting about it. It's just one save state, which is the least you can do, which is is good, but it's also the least you can do. The thing that I was really interested about in the little booklet thing, though, was that there was design docs. There were some original design docs for each of the games.
Yeah.
And my favorite one was when they talked about Castlevania 2 for the Game Boy. And the very first page is, So what did we do wrong with Castlevania The Adventure?
That's amazing.
And it lists out like, you know what? There's no stairs here. We didn't have great sound technology. And it's just like the long list of like, the player doesn't have shit to do in this game. There's no sub-weapons. Like, this was a huge step back. We didn't know what we were doing back then with like developing for the Game Boy. It was a weird thing. And
it was nice to see some, admission of wrongdoing from the developers, and it was like from the devs. It wasn't like the editorializing, like, here's what it was like. Pages from the design docs that were straight up like the developers saying, how can we improve on the sequel? Which is really nice, and that, them fully admitting that they screwed up a bit. That's why the second one is better, because they fully realized what needed to be improved upon. Like, there you go. That's how you do it.
Yeah, just anytime a game collection of some kind, or anytime you can see just the grid paper of a game design document, it gets me very hot. I love it. Mm-hmm. Game design docs,
and I really like collections like these because they do let you play games that aren't as good. And I know that sounds weird, but you shouldn't buy crappy games by themselves, but if you're buying a bunch of great games and then you get some shitty ones thrown in there too, that lets you mess around with them. Like that Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection that has Street Fighter 1 in it. Street Fighter 1 is dog shit, but everyone should try Street Fighter 1. So you get that 30th anniversary, you mess around with Street Fighter 1 like once, and then you go, okay, I've had enough of that. Let's play some Hyper Fighting. Let's play Street Fighter 3. Let's play some Alpha. Mm-hmm. Like, you should have that option. Get the SNK collection. There's a bunch of great games on there. And then there's also some real stinkers, but they're part of the history, and they're important, and they should be preserved. So, I'm glad that you can play Simon's Quest and Castlevania The Adventure in this collection. Absolutely. I just hope that they come out with another collection that has all the Igavanias, because if they do, I'm hopping on that. Rose.
Hi. Hello.
What's up with you? What's been going on?
So the main thing, at Solon's behest, I will talk about this real quick, is Final Fantasy XIV had their big live letter. They always do a live letter every few months. Usually to talk about like a patch or something that's coming out. Obviously the expansion's coming out in a month, which is crazy to me, but alright. And they were talking about all the specific... This is like the most crucial live letter out of any of the ones they would do. This is like the one they do every 2 years, where it's like, all right, we're going to be here for like 4 hours. We're going to go really in depth on everything. We're going to talk about it. We're going to show it off. It'll be great. And
so this is the WrestleMania of like Square Enix live streams.
Yeah, exactly. Of fucking press release bullshit. Like, yeah. But so they started it up. And they were doing this in San Francisco. So in Japan time, like, this live letter was happening at, like, fucking 3 a.m. or something. It was like, all right. So they start up the live stream. And there's just, like, it sounds like they have, like, half audio. Like, not just it's playing in one ear. Like, it just sounds like it's missing some element or something. And they're just like,
oh, God.
Yeah, we're having some issues, whatever. Let's try to load up the game. Listen to that great piano. There's no sound. It's like, oh, hold on. They have a tech support guy come over, like, looking like he's helping them, like, read their email or something, was a lot of the jokes that everyone kept saying. Like, it's like me when I'm trying to help my mom do an email or something like that. Like, they just had this guy, like, wearing a fucking, like, metal tee, standing over the producer, just, like... clicking through stuff, and like nothing's changing, and like every 5 minutes they'll just be like, all right, so I think we fixed it, let's go to the game. And they go to the game and they're like, see the piano, and there's just nothing.
Oh no.
And it just like, they kept the fucking live stream going for 40 minutes without fixing anything.
Oh my god.
And then they were like, all right, so we don't know what's wrong. We're going to play the audio very loudly through our speakers. And so that way you can hear it on our microphones. Before they do this, they think someone goes, "Oh, I've got it. I fixed it." And they go, "Oh, great." And all of a sudden, through the fucking speakers, very loud, all of the people who are sitting in the like live letter room cover their ears. The Windows test noise plays at like fucking the highest volume you could ever imagine. Everyone on Twitter just tweeted like, "Ah!" And then they go, "All right, so yeah, we're really going down now. Bye." and then they came back and just played all the audio through their speakers. Wow. It was like such a disaster. And it's just really weird because like this was like their 51st time doing something like this. This is the 51st live letter, and it's just like, what went wrong?
Was that just like a cable must just not have been working?
It's what it sounded like. It really did. Like there was like clicking and stuff like that. It just sounded like they didn't have something plugged in all the way. Mm-hmm. But it was.
You get one bad cable in the mess, and you'd have to undo the entire system and then redo it again to test that.
But it was pretty funny because like the producer just is like this very edgy man of the game, Naoki Yoshida. He's always wearing like a million like rings and like chains and stuff like that. And like he just had this like very deep scowl the entire time. And the translator who was there was translating like all the small talk they were doing while it was all happening.
Oh, excellent.
And like at one point like he was just like saying something like very grumbly. And then the other guy started laughing, and the translator said, "He's just saying that he's not actually angry. His face just naturally looks like this." It was just extremely good. But yeah, they just talked about some Final Fantasy stuff. We're probably me and... Should I say Spencer instead of Skull? Wow. Spencer. Oh, weird to say that after all these years. Yeah, so we're gonna probably talk about some of that stuff in some format, whether it be written or audio. So I won't subject you all to me being like, well, it's very interesting that they added Shadow Clone Jutsu for Ninja, because that'll do a lot of things for the meta. All you have to know is gun.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know. Believe me, I know when I'm on this show sometimes in the past, and I'm like, listen to this Final Fantasy thing, and you're like, yep. Uh-huh. Really?
Look,
I don't blame you.
I want to be understanding. I know you all go through my Smash shit. It's fine, but I will just say it would be better for everyone, I think, if you had someone to bounce off of that actually knew what they were talking about.
So all I'm going to say is that the Gunblade job seems fucking cool, which is great. All of the moves are called like Jugular Rip or Time to Tear, Time to Rip, and stuff like that. It's great.
So you can literally play as like the Doom Slayer.
Yeah,
in
it's
Final
just
Fantasy.
fucking cool. You're just sliding around, exploding your gun sword. It owns. Like it's fucking cool as hell. And then Dancer seems like a rhythm game too, so it seems fun. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, I'm in. It's still like kind of free in parts of it, right? Like an expansion is still...
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on right now. I know you can buy like a complete edition. It goes on sale for like $15 all the time. But the free trial goes up to level 35. And it doesn't have like a timer or anything. You can just play it like literally whenever. And then that you obviously translate that progress into the real game. Also, if you want to play around with the character creator, there is a benchmark out right now. You just go to the Final Fantasy XIV website and there'll be a big banner that talks about it. And you can just download it and make your own characters and stuff. If you want to try that, if you're into the Love Nikki style thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That Love Nikki-esque gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're customizing a bunny girl now, you know? Hey.
Ooh.
I'm so glad that Chooch can now canonize Nikki-like gameplay.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I feel so bad for Scott, who tried to push Dragalia Lost really hard, and he did a really good job of it. But I really want to play Love Nikki.
Oh, it's very good. It's very lovely too.
Play fucking Style Savvy for the fucking 3DS. That's what I say. It's good.
Yeah, you only got to pay for that once.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I have played it. It's good.
Yeah, I tried the demo for one of the 3DS ones, and I had a good time.
It's
so
fun.
Maybe I should try to find one of them.
Yeah. Especially now that we have our new powers. Oh wait, I mean,
true.
no, yeah.
Niall, cut that.
Yeah, get it out.
Solon, what else is up with you? You're gonna have some content up on the site.
Oh yeah. Just yesterday when this comes out, in the future, yesterday, Puyo Puyo Champions. Yeah, the Tales of Future Past. I did a review for Puyo Puyo Champions, and it's finally out. I can release it to the world. And I say a lot of things about Puyo Puyo Champions, especially that it's called Puyo Puyo Esports in Japan. And I think that's kind of a reach because it's just Puyo Puyo, which is a game that comes from a very different and old tradition of video game design. And I talked about the game design, and I really liked kind of what came out of that discussion. But the things I didn't get to talk about, because it just doesn't fit, is that the most important thing is that Puyo Puyo Champions soundtrack, I'm not a big fan of it because it's all like the same, like very fast pulsing, just kind of twinkly video game music. And it's all feels very the same, and so I didn't have much to talk about there. But what I miss in all of that is that I didn't get to talk about the names of all of the Puyo Puyo songs, because these songs, every single one of them is just like da 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 da. It's like the same for. They're all 3.5 minutes, almost exactly. But they have names like it's been a long time since we passed through space-time. And what else do we have? We have Play Thoroughly, the Puyo Puyo. Pinch Pinch. Just that's the whole name, just Pinch Pinch.
Pinch Pinch.
You know what this reminds me of is my favorite album is one of my favorite anime albums is the Gurren Lagann soundtrack. I know that's a big shock. I'm just gonna say it, but they have the best fucking names for everything. And one of my favorite songs is an elegy for Kamina's father, who became a skeleton.
Thank you, Kamina's father.
Yeah, who became a skeleton.
There's a really good skeleton in Puyo 2, and I just wanted to talk about all the characters, and there was no room for it because every character in Puyo is so delightful and fun, but they don't have any character to like put forward in this game, and so I was just like, well, here they all are. They're all here, just doing nothing. But the best song names are Fun, Puyo Puyo Hell, and Everybody Play Until the Morning, Puyo Puyo. And then Shopping District is also Puyo Puyo Hell.
What? Is that what it's called?
Yep, that's
really good. I like that
Maguro's song. It's a great name. And then to end with the best two, Rulu's is just I'm elegant, graceful, and powerful. That's the full name. And then the final one, the gorgeous man that defiles the gods.
Damn.
Right?
See, that sounds like a Gurren Lagann soundtrack song, right?
I thought I misread that. Like, oh yeah, you're the one that defies the gods. Yeah, that's really cool. Cool shit. Oh, you defile the gods.
That's going one step beyond.
That's
Poops on them.
just 13 chain super Puyo poop right on top of them.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So yeah, I didn't get to talk about any of that in the review. But what I did catch, and John, you caught this when we were doing video edits, is that I used a clip from Puyo Puyo Tetris. It was the grand finals tournaments at 2017 CEO Taku.
CEO Taku, yeah.
CEO Taku 2017. and you'll catch it. You have to see this at the end of the video. I'm going to make you sit through all of my insufferable droll talking about maximalism and minimalism game design. But at the very end, I reveal that the clip I used midway through actually featured some of our favorite Video Game Choo Choo members and past members. Because, John, you were attending that event.
Yeah, I was. I was at CEO Taku. I'm always at the CEO events.
And it was great. It was just, I used this clip because DDR Dave. No, is it DDR Dave? Yeah, it is. And Wumbo were just having this incredible Puyo Puyo Tetris match. And it was like beyond anything that I've ever seen in that game. And they went all the way to like the 5th round of the 5th match. It was incredible. And I was popping off watching this, and then you were like, by the way, I'm in the front row of that video, and I'm like, oh shit! And there's Michael too. What?
Yeah. We're all just hanging out. It's all good.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
Chooch is out there.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see us. We're making history. We're immortalized in the fucking Puyo history.
You are now. So, yeah, the full review's on the sites, but I wanted to give you all those little, like, tidbits. I've literally spent the last 2 weeks researching everything about Puyo, and I am no better at the game.
I think you did a good job.
But I know a lot about it now. Thank you, John.
And you're better than I am. You cleaned my fucking clock every time we played to get footage.
I know, there's such a huge disparity in ability in that game. Like, another thing I couldn't talk about, the official, like, Puyo rankings, like, how the community generally ranks people is they have 4 different categories. And the 4 is just 4 scales of how good are you at making the like main core 3 combos. You can do stacks, you can do sandwich style Puyo stacking. There's like a couple different styles, but the like beginner mode is like not that you don't have any idea what you're doing. It's the beginner mode is like you can comfortably make a 3 chain. And that's like their like bottomest like level. And then like the highest is, okay, you can spit out a 13 chain, no problem. But also you're at this highest tier. If your chain gets blocked, you can freestyle pivot to a different style midway through that then connects into your previous chain. And it's like, what? This is Greek. This is gibberish. I don't understand this. I don't know if I ever will. And it was just so weird seeing like how the community expects Puyo as a game to be like learned over time, like the pedagogy of Puyo. And I was just kind of shocked looking at this, like, you all just are fine with this game that is pattern recognition, except for at the top level, where it is no longer pattern recognition. It is freeform jazz. It is fucking whatever floats, whatever fits into the grid goes. And it was cool, but also it was just like, don't you all want more out of this? There's got to be more that we can do in this space. Because it's such a beautiful...
No.
Okay. That's kind of what I think the answer is, too, though. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. I hope we can figure this out someday.
Yeah. Maybe someday.
Tetris got there.
Yeah, it sure did.
Well, and Tetris got there just by an algorithm change. Pretty much Battle Tetris exists because every 7-ish pieces, you get a line piece. Every 7-ish pieces, you get any of these 7 pieces, is how the algorithm works. And so you're never too far away from... You can never be, like, in a drought. And so that meant that not only could you build stacks that made Tetrises with the line piece, but you could also be more free to expect, like, T pieces and S and Z pieces in clutch moments.
Yeah.
And that was all that needed. now you've got Battle Tetris, and it rules.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Walker, what else? What kind of shit has been going on, Walker, that you want to talk about? Is there any news, perhaps?
Well, the thing that caught my attention the most this week is NIS seems to be, Nippon Ichi Software seems to be completely on fire.
Yeah.
The news came out this Sunday, I believe, that they had to sell their stock for super cheap just to pay their employees. Actually, I lie. I don't even know if they paid their employees with what they got. I just know that they sold the stock.
Oh, they're on fire in the bad way.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They haven't been paying their employees. This Gaia Mobile, which was a thing that they've been announcing for a couple of months, went online for like 14 days, and then it went down. And I think they have no date for when it's coming back up.
It's like on indefinite hiatus.
Yeah, and I did a little bit of researching on what's happening. I couldn't find it, but you mentioned that they had a similar situation of not paying their employees and selling stock for real cheap when this Gaia 5 came out. But what I did find was that they've had a horrible year for two other games. Ice 7, I believe, is the newest one. They put that out, and the translation was a terrible work, apparently. So much so that they had to recommission an entire new translation and dubbing. So I don't know if that contributed to the hole they're in right now. And the PC port for this Gaia 5 also had like months of delay, and there's entire features that they couldn't port from the consoles to the PC, and they had to refund everyone who pre-ordered it because they took like 7 months more than expected to port it. And this all comes together to form like a storyline where the last year has been nothing but disaster after disaster for them. And I'm not too sure that they make it out of this one. But then again, apparently it's been going on for even longer than that, because all the way back in 2013, when the original Disgaea team left to go with Idea Factory to make Trillion, there is a lot of rumors that they left because they weren't getting paid for overtime either. So, who knows, maybe this is just how they operate. It seems crazy. I don't know what's going on in there. It seems like they're falling apart, but I don't know if they've been falling apart for 7 years now.
Yeah, that's just absolutely wild. I saw that when they left for Idea Factory, it wasn't just that. They were like getting like rehired almost, so that way they would be getting paid at their like initial hiring salaries instead of like,
and they wouldn't accrue vacation time and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like they were getting treated like new employees instead of like, oh yeah, no, you got like raises and bonuses and all that from all the years you've been working there. Like, no, it's like you're just joining up. It's fucked up.
Something doesn't add up right, because NIS has had like their library of games is very deep, even especially in the last like year or so. Because didn't they just do the Liar and the Princess or whatever?
Well, and some of those games are just being published by NIS America.
Oh, like the Danganronpa games.
Yeah, like the first two Danganronpas, they were, or maybe it was also Ultra Despair Girls, but like for a while, like they were just publishing those games over here. Like NIS has nothing to do with it in Japan. That's all Spike Chunsoft. And then because Danganronpa was so successful over here, Spike Chunsoft actually opened an office over here, so now they don't have to be involved with NISA anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the parts that still doesn't add up, though, is that Disgaea not printing money sounds weird to me, because I mean they can just port them to literally everything and remaster them at any time, and I know it's not as simple as that. I'm very simplifying it a lot, but like those are very well selling. That whole franchise is very good sell.
I would think the best explanation is just poor management,
right?
and not that's probably what it is. It's probably just really, really
They were
shitty
releasing
management.
a fucking game every year, at least. Like, that's all I can imagine. Like, how do you just keep doing that when you're a small developer like that? Like, I mean, compared to
That
like,
could be true.
what?
That could be true. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like when Neptunia releases a game every year, most of the time it's just a port to something or like a very easy remake, whereas they were just making like a whole ass game every year for a very long time.
Yeah, and those Disgaea games have a lot of stuff in them. Like, they're huge games. And
then they have other games too. So it's like...
Yeah.
That's really sad to hear because from what I was understanding, the hype for Ys coming up, Ys the 7th one, was supposed to be that this was like the magnum opus, something they've been working on for a very long time. And
well, I'm pretty sure that is also not them.
Is it not? Well,
that might be getting published by Nisa, but Ys is
Falcom, right?
Falcom.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for helping me understand like where all these games are coming from.
Yeah, I don't, there probably might be some complications with Nisa if Nippon Ichisoft shuts down. Mm-hmm. But at the very least, most of the really good stuff that you're talking about is being published by them, not, made by them. But yeah, that is extremely unfortunate.
Sorry, Ys 9 was the one that just came out. I'm sorry, I misspoke on there. Yep.
Good luck to everyone that's being affected by this. That's, obviously, I mean, at this point, we talk about unions and all that every week, but I mean, at this point, I almost feel like unions wouldn't necessarily help that much at this point. It just sounds like this company's going under, and hopefully people can bounce back and find new work, and, hopefully they'll be able to stay afloat until they find something new.
Another thing, I do wonder if so many Japanese games being published by their own American arm over here is contributing to that. Like, they can no longer get revenue from Danganronpa or like Neptunia because those people opened their own distribution arms.
Definitely didn't help.
Also, like, another thing that I didn't include in that list because there's been so many problems is the whole French language section on the physical versions of Ice is not actually related to the game. Some employee just copy-pasted random-ass French phrases and put them in the box, and they said something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my dear, I must leave because I need to go and purchase a hat and ask those strangers if the road they came here by is in a good state."
What the fuck?
Like, it's been a disaster. It's everything about the last two games. Well, I don't know if there's the last two, but like Ice and Disgaea 5 on PC have been train wrecked top to bottom.
Yeah, like it also doesn't help that a lot of their ports that have been coming out recently have been awful. Like I think the Disgaea 5 port to Switch was fine from what I heard. Like I didn't hear anything about it, so that's, no news is good news. But all the stuff about the ports to PC have been horrible from what I heard. Like, they ported Disgaea 1 to PC and they fucked that up. And that game's like, what, like a decade old?
I think almost 20 by now.
Jeez, yeah. I don't know. Rose,
Hi.
what else have you been up to? What other games have you been playing?
Alright, so should I start with the hype one or should I start with the one?
Start with the and then you can go ahead and do the
Alright, okay. So Octopath Traveler.
No.
I like it. I'm going to start by saying that. I like it. I wish it was more respectful of the player's time.
Yeah.
Because I very much enjoy the whole... Here's what I want to say about Octopath Traveler. It's an ideas game. It is a game of a lot of ideas, and there's a lot of really good and interesting ideas. And then they didn't know what to do for the rest of it, so they just went to the most basic thing you can ever think of, the RPG combat. It's very like simplistic. It's a simplified version of Bravely Default stuff. And that sort of drags down how good those ideas are. Because I really like the idea of a JRPG where everyone has their own story that has nothing to do with anyone else, and everyone else is just sort of along for the ride. They're all traveling together because that's what's easiest, basically. Like, I really like that idea. I also like most of the individual stories, though they're kind of like fluctuating in quality because a lot of them are very disjointed. But like, everything takes so long. And I compare it to like how I just played Radiant Historia, and that was a game where a ton of stuff happened. So many things, different branching things all coming together, and all these confusing, convoluted stuff happening. And that was only like 33 hours. And I'm like 80 hours into Octopath. So it's like a little bit of a like, oh boy, oh. And I do enjoy it, and I'm going to see it through, but I really just wish sort of like it had more of the features that even that development team's previous games like Bravely Default and stuff like that had. Because like in Bravely Default, when you got into grinding, you set up macros basically and stuff like that. You set up like, okay, so on turn 1 you do this, and then this and this. This is the order of the attacks that your people are going to do, because this kills all of the enemies that will appear in a random encounter very quickly, and it gets you all the XP and stuff like that. And it has that sort of like puzzle solving gameplay that means that you're actually thinking about what you're doing still, even though you're creating something that's essentially brainless to an extent. Whereas like Octopath doesn't even have an auto battle feature. Not that it would be that helpful, because like you can't even auto battle every battle, because every battle requires you to think about something. And that's just sort of like tiring to me, I guess, after a while, when it's like, all right, so I have to grind, but it can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm just pressing A over and over again. And it has to be like, all right, so go through the scholar skills here, go through this, do this, and do it all manually. Whereas in a game like Bravely Default, which is now like 6 years old, they would have let me just set it up to do that manually, which is kind of weird to me. But yeah,
that is a little weird.
Yeah, Solon, tell me your overall thoughts on Octopath, because you seem to really like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I could tell you all the ways to grind in it, because there's basically the weirdest thing with Octopath Traveler is like, there is a lot of menuing. A lot of that grind is spent like doing very rote like things that they're not mentally stimulating, but they are definitely like kind of taxing. But every single character has something in their arsenal that can break just like any normal battle. And so whether you have Primrose's like chaos, bewildering grace that like will randomly give you a 10 to 100 EXP or gold or SP boost at the end of battle. Or what is there?
I mean, Alphen's Concoct is very good.
It's the concoctions that you can make are pretty much just like, oh, everyone on the field is now stunned. That's just how it goes now. Thanks for playing. Hired help with Tressa. You pay 40 grand and you get 4 old men to beat up all the bad guys for you, and they'll all die in one turn.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that a lot, especially since like there's not really much to do with money in the point where I'm at. You know, I do want to say one thing that I have had a particular issue with is that the side quests for the game are exceptionally weak, I think, for the most part. Yeah. Like, one of the worst things that they do is there are like 8 different quests that are all this man crying. And he goes, oh, I miss insert name of friend. They were around, but one day they just disappeared. And then you go to another town and there's just some person being like, oh, I have amnesia. I don't know who I am. I just remember the name, insert name here. Oh. And then you just guide them back and they go, it's you, friend. Remember You're the times we had? Oh, my amnesia is cured. Thank you. Here's one nut.
Here's one nut.
Like, that's every quest in that game.
Here's a strong nut.
Here's a fortifying nut. Here's a magic nut.
That's a lot of nuts. So they are really weak, and you're gonna hate this, Rose, but it is intentional.
Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. I've done all of them, so.
You know, there's a guy that like is like, oh, this girl I like. She won't even. She has no interest in me.
I saw her and I was like, wow, this lady's hot. And when I told my girlfriend, who is an Octopath fanatic, she's played through this game 3 fucking times.
She just started laughing.
She just said, "Oh," and I was like, "Okay, thank you for that. I'm sure she's important now."
Oh,
yeah. I was just like, okay.
You help this guy like find the love of his life and help him accept that this hot goth girlfriend is not the love of his life.
Yeah.
And then you help him like
That's
through
bullshit.
She's literally like, when I find the one I'm going to marry, we'll change the world. And you're like, all right.
Yep. Not to spoil, I won't spoil anything, but she does end up marrying the like amnesiac person or something like that. And
all 8 of them?
All 8 of them, yeah. Octopath, fuck. Oh, that's what it means. No.
But that wedding, so to say, does tie up literally every single character's plot.
All right.
And it's fucking unreal.
My thing also is like, my biggest problem is like, for example, Tressa's story, Tressa the merchant girl, her story is nothing.
That's right.
Absolutely nothing happens.
Nope.
And it has like the most bizarre morals where she's like simultaneously every merchant who is just like charging out the ass is noble because they found the treasure or something. But then like she's like, I can't accept any reward or just selling. What was it? Like she sold something for like $1 billion at the end of her story, and she was like, I can't accept the money. Just selling it to you was reward enough. And I was like, you didn't sell it then. That's not what being a merchant is. You can't just, it's giving someone something. You can't just say that you just sold them it and then not go, yeah, no money.
It's so weird. And from the top most meta view of how this story is organized, Tressa is a merchant because she is getting her end goal is to get people's MacGuffins in the right spot for the plot.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But the little tiny extra thing that I really liked is that out of everyone, she's the only character that doesn't like quote unquote retire. Her story does not end with the end. That story arc that she's in ends, and she continues to go adventure with an entirely new set of like friends that she makes like at the literal last second of the whole story.
I already thought it was weird. Like her entire like narrative for her final chapter was literally, I just met this girl. I'm going to give everything to her, and she's the most important thing. And I was like, okay, you know what? Actually, maybe now that I'm saying this out loud, I kind of understand. But
she's a very nice girl.
Yeah, it was just very like okay.
There were a couple of chapters like that for all 8 characters. There was like one chapter that's the weak chapter for that character. I haven't done Therion's last one, but I liked all of Therion's, and I also liked all of Primrose's. Yeah.
But like, yeah, like Alphen, I didn't like either of Alphen's chapters because they felt like the middle 2 because they felt like very straw man villains, like some lady being like, everyone should give me money, it's fine, let the poor die, even though she's like poor ?
Yeah, she was like big pharma, like charging people out the ass for medication that they needed to survive. She was like
doing it to rich people, and I was like, okay, and that's fine, but like then like so they're like, oh, I don't have any money, my poor daughter's dying, and she's like, no. And it's like, what is your logic here? What is the... I don't know. And then the second one was like, don't help that man. He's a murderer. And he goes, I'm going to help him. And then he helps him. And the guy, like, he's like, oh, don't worry, Alphen. I'll give up my life of crime. You have cured me. And I thank you so much. And then he goes and immediately, like, tries to kill a child, like, instantly. Yep. And I was like, this isn't real. I didn't.
No, it's really not.
And that gave me a very negative opinion of Alphen until the last chapter, which was fucking great. It was really good.
Yep.
I don't. Octopath is weird because I really do like a lot of it, but it's just like there are so many things that could have been better about it that that specific team has done in other games that has really gotten me.
Yeah, no, I gave it a 5 out of 5, and it was kind of the weirdest 5 out of 5 ever because it's like with the admission that this is not a perfect game, but this is exactly what it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I really asked out of it was like if it was just a little snappier, you know?
Yeah, if it was just faster and like I just wish it like had more respect for the time. Like I don't think that like if you're not going to make the grind, like, fun, I guess, to me, like, I don't know why even have a grind. Because, like, that was the thing about me in like, games like Final Fantasy 12 or Bravely Default, where you can set up a macro or something like that. Or, like, even games like Final Fantasy 14 or, like, Warframe or something, where the grind is, like, a rhythm, right? Like, there's, like, satisfaction through just enacting it. It's very, and you come up with your optimal strategies, but there's like hardly any optimizing you can do in Octopath Traveler. Like It's just sort of like, all right, I do enough damage to do this in one turn now. It's just like all a numbers game instead of like a skill or strategy thing.
Yeah, when I was looking at it, it's the weirdest thing because it was like just mapping out how this game works is that it does have like 35 hours of good grinding in it, and then like maybe 5 to 10 hours too much grinding. Mm-hmm. Because there is the systems inside of it have enough depth to like keep you satisfied for 35 hours. There's multi-classing.
I agree.
There's other job stuff that you can do to grind out. You get to learn new abilities pretty consistently for about 35 hours, which is a very long time.
Yeah.
But not long enough.
Gotta double that and then add more on top.
Yeah.
What was I? My other problem with that was the job system is like, there's not enough job skills for how much JP I have, job points, if you would.
Yep.
Like, because like with my main character Therian, who you're locked as playing as, I think until you beat their chapter, I'm assuming, or something like that, their last chapter, or something. I don't know.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. He's at a higher level than everyone else because that's just how it works. And also he like has like 30,000 job points that I can do absolutely nothing with.
Yep.
And there's like most games that have stuff like that, like I'm trying to think of an example. Radiant Historia, for example, lets you put points into individual skills once you reach the cap. So you're still leveling up things with things that you, by all accounts, shouldn't be able to use. So like, why with that job points? Why isn't there just like a increase your speed or whatever for like 100 job points for 1 point or something like that? Like a little dump for your points, you know?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, because that's something that is definitely a thing that's like, yeah, if that was in there, you'd add an extra 3-4 hours of like really fun kind of like exploration on how that character works out.
Yeah, and like the character progression would feel more weighty than just, okay, I leveled up.
And it wouldn't break the game anyway, because throughout the game, it's not a difficult, like, you don't grind because you have to like overwhelmingly beat you don't have to get to like a level cap.
It's just to meet the number standards.
You just meet the number standards, and then when you meet that number standard, that fight is always easy. It's never like super complex or annoying until the very final fight at the very end of like the super secret ending, which is incredibly difficult and takes like 45 minutes to just complete because the turns take a long time and you have to do a lot of stressful thinking, and it has a bunch of phases to it, and even at like max level it's still incredibly difficult to do. And it's like, if something like that was in there, it would yeah, I'm right there with you on that.
Well, Now that gives me actually a good leeway to talk about a game that has a lot of good things moved in from previous games, which is I got into the Neo 2 closed alpha.
Ooh.
And I'm a big fan of Neo. Big fan of Neo. I like Neo more than Sekiro. And Neo 2 is... This is going to sound hyperbolic, okay? But if you just saw how mean I was to Octopath, understand how mean I am about most things. I think this is one of the best game sequels I've ever played to anything.
Really?
The comparison I'm drawing when I'm talking about it to friends is Kingdom Hearts 2.
Wow.
It's like everything is the same that you like about Neo. If you like Neo, I think I'm the only one who played Neo here. I don't know.
I played it.
Maybe.
Oh,
But
yeah?
I didn't finish it.
That's valid because it's a fucking long game and has a lot to it. But Neo was like a very clunky game that I still really liked a lot. It had like a fun loop to it, and like the DLC was just constantly improving it. But Neo 2 is like, what if they took that and added a bunch of things to make it a really, really fucking cool and fun video game? Like character creation, which means that you can play as a girl and not anime Geralt.
That's right.
There's you turn into an Oni. So before in the original Neo, you had this thing where you could make your sword glow for a while and you just did a ton of damage. They like expanded that into, okay, now you just turn into a type of Oni for a while and fuck shit up. And they're like very different from each other. Like the first one you start with is just an Oni with a club, very traditional. And then the second one is like a ninja Oni who like dashes around and jumps and shit. And then the third one's like a floating one with magic swords that you just spin really fast and throw at people. And it's cool as hell.
That sounds incredible.
And then
Sounds like some kind of Oni trigger.
you wouldn't you? Yes. That is exactly how it's literally just Devil Trigger. It generates way faster like Devil Trigger. And then on top of that, you can now attach like what are they, yokai moves onto yourself, which have their own separate Devil Trigger bar. And they just let you just summon a fucking yokai to do some bullshit for you. Like the first one you get is just you make this giant hammer come out of your arm and just slam it into someone, and that does a ton of damage and stuns them a little. And then like the point where I've gone is I can summon a giant fucking snake. I can summon 2 skeleton archers to come out of the ground and just shoot people for a while. It's just like, it's cool as hell. Like every enemy in the game has something like this, and when you kill them, there's like a % chance you get it or whatever. Like Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, or Aria of Sorrow. I'm sorry. Is it Portrait of Ruin also? I don't know. But yeah, it's cool as hell. And like all this stuff is like added on top of the systems that already existed. Nothing has been taken out. They replaced the leveling system of old Neo, which was this convoluted like branching system thing, into a sphere grid from Final Fantasy X for some reason. So it has that sort of thing I was talking about that I wanted in Octopath, where it's like, oh, you max out a tree and then you just fucking, dump it into, I do 1% more damage with this sword. And then, like, there's just a ton of little things to this game. Like, when you go into yokai zones now, where there's a lot of yokai, your horns just come out because you're an Oni. So you're just like this little person walking around with giant horns coming out of your head. And that's cool as hell.
Oh my god, this was made for you.
Yes, it is. You break boxes and there's little baby cats inside that are like little like ball cats. They're like little rolling around. And you just pet them and they roll around with you and buff everything you do for a while. And they're just rolling. Mm-hmm. They're just rolling with you. And then sometimes there's like little tiny purple little baby things with skulls on their heads who are like, hey, they hold out their hand. They're like, give me something. And you just drop like whatever. And if you drop like a very rare weapon, it will give you a rare version of whatever your current main hand is in return. And stuff like that. And it's like, I killed the first boss and it dropped a fucking weapon and they were like, this weapon is alive.
Fuck
This
yeah.
is just a new type of weapon. It has its own devil trigger bar, and when you fill it up, it will glow purple and start yelling about killing things. And I was like, this is sick as hell.
Damn, they played Portal and got to the end and they were like, oh, I like these spheres. Now let's make it into a samurai game.
It's just good as hell. Like, I'm like just been surprised constantly, like, because they kept the same gameplay of Neo. They kept the same gameplay of Neo, I should say, like, once Neo got really good in the DLC stuff. And they just like streamlined everything, like not in like any bad ways, like just in legitimately good ways. They replaced like dual blades, which was a weapon like no one used because they were very weak, with just 2 hatchets. And like the shit you can do with these hatchets is like fucking nuts. Like you can just throw the hatchets whenever, like just constantly just throw them. Like as you upgrade it more and more, it's just like, yeah, just throw them forever. Who fucking cares? Just keep throwing these hatchets at someone.
I'm working at Ninja Theory and I'm just like, I've got this. Yeah, everyone listen up. Lumberjack Samurai. Pay me.
It is Team Ninja, I should also say.
Wait, Ninja Theory is the other. Yeah, I always
Ninja Theory is
that.
I'm not going to say what I would say. No, that would be interesting. The Senua Sacrifice sequel with a lumberjack samurai.
Yeah. Lumberjack Sacrifice.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be called. You look forward to E3 this year.
Yeah. Only on Xbox.
No, like they've just added like crazy moves to the end of everything. So like an example for the hatchet is like if you're just doing like a normal slashing combo with the hatchet, like all of a sudden at the end, if you just press a certain button, like you bash them away with the hilt of one of the hatchets and just flip the hatchet up into the air and then like do a back step. And then when the like enemy starts to just, you know, generic AI like start to come towards you again, the hatchet just like helm splits them from the sky and just like knocks them over, and it's like sick as hell. Like every move has shit, every like weapon has shit like that, and it's just so cool.
Is it still like Neo 1 where it's like, oh, 2 guys, it's all over, I can't take on 2 men at the same time? Oh.
No, because like with those fucking yokai moves, which regenerate like constantly, like they're like, you know, limited use or whatever, but they're not like, it's just like as you fight, you replenish this bar, and it replenishes like way faster than any other bar. Like turning into an Oni's way faster than the weapon thing was before. Using those moves like helps you just fix a situation easy. There's just a ton of things that you can do now to really mitigate that. Because that was definitely a problem that I had with Neo, and I was worried about that because the original Neo Alpha was even worse than like normal Neo was, about like, oh, there's 2 guys, it's all over. But this is even like, oh no, there's 2 bosses in this room. I'm not having any trouble because of all of the fucking moves I have to deal with this now.
Wow.
It's like a character action game now, as opposed to like, you know, Dark Souls clone.
That's really cool.
And when it comes to the Dark Souls stuff, they've really improved it. Like, so the way I really liked the PvP in the original game was, before they added the real PvP, there was like, oh, whenever someone dies, a copy of them is made. And you can fight an AI version of them and get one of the pieces of their gear or something like that by beating them. And they added those bloodstains, but for like, you can summon them to be your co-op buddy now, but not have to be like a real player. It's just an AI of them. Which is very good because it works without PS Plus also. You only need the summoning thing for PS Plus or whatever, like to actual play with a real player. So that means like it's 1-ups fucking Dark Souls with the stupid summoning thing, because you can just summon like all of these people or whatever. And it's way easier to get the currency to summon them. It's like super easy. It's like nothing. And I've just been very impressed with this game. Like I really liked Neo, but when I was playing Neo, there was always like this element of like, oh, well, like, it's just sort of like very simplistic and like, you know, like it's just going to be the same thing every time. But with this, it's just like, you're constantly getting new things, like the yokai moves and stuff like that. Like I said, every single fucking enemy has one. Like all of them that you fight, and like, it's just really cool. It just feels really good. Everything feels really good.
So if there's a character creator now, does it mean that Williams, what's his name, isn't in the game anymore?
He's in the game in the story. They still had the transform option. I don't know if you know what that was from the original Neo, which was like you beat a story character and then you can use PvP money to buy them as a skin or whatever.
Yeah, become
So,
them like Yasuke.
Yeah. So they're probably adding that as an option. Like, oh, you can play as William if you want. Why would you play as William?
I don't know, maybe you like Geralt, but a little bit prettier.
He is a little
all
bit
he was.
prettier. Yeah. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. But yeah, this game's fucking great, and I'm very stoked about it. I wish I could take actual video and screenshots of it, but they've disabled it for some reason, despite not making you sign up for an NDA or anything. I guess they assumed that would be enough. They were right. But it's so fucking good.
I just want to make the little note that like the preview that you guys did for the first Neo, like the final demo, was like the first chooch anything that I ever saw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, now you're here, and this is not the
it's
first
weird.
thing, but... I'm excited for whenever this game comes out. They said that, and I believe them based on like the stuff they changed in Neo 1 over time from player responses. They were like, yeah, give us like a bunch of responses and tell us what we can do better. And I'm like honestly struggling right now to say what they could do better, because like both of the boss fights that I've done so far have been like really, really good, way better than any of the Neo boss fights. Like the first one was like this like fire that was just like surrounded in like clay pots to make it into a giant dude or whatever, and then like it would just like throw like whirlwinds everywhere and like teleport, and it was just like really satisfying to fight because it was still like very clunky and stuff like that, like a big hulking thing, but then all of a sudden it would just like dash in front of you. It was just really fun, and I'm just having a blast, and I haven't been having a complete blast playing any video game recently, so that's nice.
Alright. Thanks so much for the update, Rose.
Yeah.
So something else that I've been playing, I have been, like, dabbling in Magic the Gathering Arena. I still prefer Yu-Gi-Oh!, as you all know. But I will say that there is not really a good free alternative to just playing the card game. That is run very well. There is a non-official free Yu-Gi-Oh thing, but that is pretty hard to manage, and it's in no way official. And then there is Duel Links, which is official and it is free, but that is not how normal Yu-Gi-Oh is, and also it's really hard to like make decks in that. So I was thinking, and I have been watching some Magic the Gathering YouTubers lately. And so I decided to try out Magic Arena, which is free. It's a downloadable client, and it's fun. I'm still kind of figuring the game out. It's way, way more than Yu-Gi-Oh is. There's just, it's been around like maybe twice as long almost, at least 10 years. Like, it's old. Fucking Magic is old.
At least 10 years, yeah.
Yeah. Or older than Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I meant.
Okay.
Like, No, I mean, Magic's like, what, like almost 30?
It's
maybe
older
more?
than me.
Yeah. It's older than all of us, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, no, it's fun, though. No pressure to be spending a lot of money. And the nice thing is even though I'm probably not going to do it, because I do just want to keep focusing on Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you do buy, big bundles of Magic cards, if you do buy Magic stuff, you are able to use that. You do get codes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's not as good as the Pokemon game, because there is a Pokemon trading card game online, and you actually get, in each Pokemon card pack, you get a code for a pack in that game, which is really good, and that's, how you get people to buy the packs. But, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has nothing. like absolutely nothing for Duel Links, and I think they should just give up that ghost and they should just make an actual official client for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, like, no, it's dumb that they had to make some like weird spin-off like miniature game that isn't that I'm not really into, because it's a completely different game. Like it's structured completely different.
You're completely right that the thing that is getting people into playing physical trading card games right now is the digital like atmospheres that you can also play and train in those same games. Those tie-in cards that give you a code to download a pack off of like an online version of the game. It's awesome. It's really like you're literally buying one pack and you get two. You get a secret digital pack inside of it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's genius.
Yeah, it's nice. But, you know, like I said, I'm not crazy into it. I'm just kind of playing it every night, just like poking my head in, playing a few games and then turning it off. And I'm losing most of the time, but I'm having an okay time. And it's a lot easier to put up with people instead of having to go to fucking locals in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm putting up with fucking weirdos and stinky people. You don't have to worry about that when you're playing Magic Online.
So you're cheating.
And I have my real...
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then once they introduce Smell-O-Vision, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. VR's getting better every day.
Oh, boy. And then at least I have my real-life friends to play physical Yu-Gi-Oh! With, so, you know, that's fine.
So you're cheating on Yu-Gi-Oh! For Magic.
No, don't say that. No.
Is it nice playing with things that have, you know, small numbers that are easy to add up?
Well, if you just shave like 2 zeros off of the end of any Yu-Gi-Oh card, that's basically the same thing as the Magic cards.
Yeah, do you have a card that you can drop on the first turn that does 19 damage? It's a little... It's even more than that.
Look, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a different game, okay? It's a different game.
It's a different game. How's it been handling having infinite space, like play space, instead of just having 5 monster places that you summon in?
I guess it's freeing, you know? Put as many fucking cards I want, I guess.
In that regard, it's got to be way harder to make a Magic the Gathering trading card game like online than it would be Yu-Gi-Oh!
I guess so.
Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very limited in space, right? They don't have to code for like, hey, what if the player has like 30 cards out on the field?
Yeah, I'll get into it more, I guess, maybe. I still don't think I'm going to start buying the cardboard, though. I don't think I will.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I just don't want to get into 2 card games at once. I will be broke.
Well, all I hear with Magic is this is what happens to every Magic person that I've ever known. They go, oh, I love Magic so much. They buy $7 million worth of Magic cards. 6 years later, they wake up in a cold, like, sweat, and all of a sudden they go, I hate Magic. No. What have I done? And then they sell a box full of them.
They look down at their blanket that's just like a uncut foil sheet of mythic rares, and it's like
basically like the most recent one was like my friend was like I was trying to find some nice clothes to wear to go to this party, and I was like picking up the bottom of my closet, and I just saw 5 boxes of Magic cards and just started crying, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I definitely haven't hit that level in Yu-Gi-Oh, but, you know. You never know.
You really don't. Never, ever know. Until it happens to you. It'll happen to you.
We'll see. The Solon, what's the news that you have this week?
So I picked up some gaming news, fresh off the presses from my middle schoolers. They were the ones that broke the news to me.
Oh yeah.
And it's important gamer news, and they were very excited to break it to me because I didn't know, and they were shocked that I didn't know something, and it really it showed my hand. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but a couple weeks ago, Minecraft became the best-selling video game ever. And there's nothing that's going to top it because it finally beat out Tetris for being the best-selling video game ever.
Oh, wow.
Impressive.
More than Tetris. That's really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
It's, well, I bet it's...
More than Wii Sports.
More than Wii Sports is not that surprising because Minecraft has been on literally every console that has ever existed since like 2007.
Yep. That's true. The thing that put it right over the edge was that they just had their 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And so I guess, you know, what was it, like 5 years ago or something, Microsoft bought Minecraft. They made a good call on that because it's still just, it continues.
And when the next consoles come out, that number is going to get like a 15% bump again.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been
wild.
playing Minecraft recently, so like I get it.
Has it changed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, like I first started up, I was like, I'm gonna go get some things from the river or whatever, and my girlfriend was like, "No, we don't go to the river." And I was like, "Why?" Zombies with tridents there, and I was like, "The fuck you talking?"
There's Zoras in the game now?
And then I walked over there, and then the zombie fucking threw a trident at me, and it killed me in one hit, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
We don't go to the river anymore.
Yeah, it was like very ominous. But it's like largely the same, you know, you're still digging the same stuff. But then it's like, someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh yeah, fucking, you know, did you get the fucking enchanting table?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What?" And then they're like, "Yeah, you can name your pickaxe." And I'm like, "Oh cool, I'm naming it Radiant Spiral."
Yes.
Some shit like that.
Rainbow.
Lost Elegy. I don't know. Fucking Minecraft's still good. That's what I'm gonna say. There's alpacas in it.
Oh, that's incredible.
And like horses, you can ride horses, and it's not a mod. Because that was the thing when I played Minecraft when I was young. You know, when I mean young, I mean like, I don't know, 17. I would just download the More Animals mod that would put like drafts in, and then just have a million drafts around or something. It's good.
But now they're
I
in.
wish. Yeah, now there's just alpacas everywhere. Now there's like little cats, and they run around really fast, which is real.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, yeah, now that you're at that point, with alpacas, with cats, with dogs in it, that's the best-selling video game ever.
Yeah, that is the best-selling video game ever.
Do you think it's going to be the highest-selling video game movie when it comes out?
Statistically speaking, there's no doubt.
Not unless they put in all the songs, like that one that's like, "You're a Minecraft girl." Like, songs like
You
that,
know
you know what I'm
what?
talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
they need to
Minecraft
put
parody
those.
songs.
Yeah, they need to be in the movie. Like, the whole score needs to be that.
I'd go watch it if they did that.
If they did that, I would too, yeah.
The what? Oh, nope, I've got it. You got to put the one that everyone knows. It's the best song. That's what my middle schooler told me. He said, best song is "Don't Mine at Night. There are creepers
Oh, that
in the
classic
dark."
one, yep. No, that's a classic.
Don't mine at night. Yeah, really good.
Holy fuck.
No, I know about that one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Minecraft's, but it's good though. Like my only thing that I hate about Minecraft is that one YouTuber who made Minecraft Man have like a shithead face. If you know what I'm talking about. And they all use it.
The fucked up Steve that people.
Yeah.
That was because people were like, this was, I remember this because people made this on V because they were trying to like force the fucking joke that Steve would be added to Smash. And so they were like, here's what he's gonna look like in Smash Bros. And it was this fucked up looking Steve. And so he would be like killing all the other Smash Bros characters, and it was fucked up. I remember that.
But he's been like, no, he like, it was like on like the Sky YouTube man or whatever, you know, it was like Sky Plays Minecraft. Like that's what all of his videos look like. There's like, they have this fucked up face.
I don't know.
He's like,
so he made it?
You know what I'm talking about, Solon? Like he has like a fucked up face.
I don't know why I can't remember the name now, but yeah, that character has a name. Yeah, it's just Steve, but it has a fucked up face. And oh my god.
He's in everything.
My middle school should just ream me for this, because I should fucking know this, and I can't off the top of my... I know what you're talking about now. I thought you were going somewhere else, but no, that's like a core character to the universe now.
Yeah, I hate it.
That's like where a lot of like even like currently developing Minecraft stuff gets their lore from, is just because like, hey, what if this nice idyllic meadow of nice trees, but also it gets bad at night? What if there was a cursed underbelly?
Oh shit.
I was trying to find a picture of this so I could really show you what the fucked up... I found him what he looks like, but first I want to tell you that I found a meme. This is one of the top results when you search Minecraft Steve face. It was the pig from Minecraft gritting his teeth, and it says, "My face when Minecraft Steve is shot 17 times in the chest by a rival gang member."
Oh fuck.
As it happens.
You gonna post it? I gotta see it.
I'll post the meme in a second, but this is the face that I was talking about.
Oh, okay, that's not the same face I was thinking of.
This is a fucked up face. This is what I'm saying. Like, he's always making that face, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm Minecraft Steve."
Oh, I don't like that one. But there's a more fucked up one. I'll show you it later. That one's fucked up. I don't want to show that one right now. All right. Anyway, folks. Rose, how about you go over the last few things that you've been playing? And then
Sure. I've been playing. Remember how I used to go on about Bandori?
Yes.
All right. So Revue Starlight is kind of like that by the same folks, sort of. It was an anime last year. Very, it was all right. I like some of it, but the game is like Baby Fate Go. Like extremely so. Like it's literally just the same combat as Fate Go. All of the stage girls have noble phantasms and everything. But it's just lesbians, and even more blatantly than usual. Like they're just going on dates and stuff, straight up, which is nice to see. Because, usually when we deal with games like this, even Bandori to an extent, no matter how explicit a lot of like the subject matter will be, they'll never use specific wording like that, It'll always just be like, we're such good friends. And this one, they're just like straight up like, oh, you two are so beautiful together and stuff like that. Like, it's really good. I'm eating it up. It's also very easy to play, so. And then, other than that, I've just been dabbling a little bit into Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redo, which is just the 3DS remake of Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. I played it a little when I was younger, didn't get that far into it. I appreciate it more now because it is one of the only JRPGs I've played in recent times, other than maybe Octopath, where all of the cast isn't teens. Which is something that you never see in JRPGs. It's just always teens. So that's something I appreciated about Berseria, is it was like all people in their like late 20s just being like, oh, I'm so fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I get it, dude. And this one's just like, this one is literally just like, they watched The Thing and were like, oh, fuck yeah, let's make an SMT game out of this. So you're just in Antarctica in a demonic zone that appeared in Antarctica, and people are just dying all the time. It's very edgy and like horror movie.
Oh wow, that is just SMT. Oh my god, that is The Thing.
Yeah, it's just, it's cool. It's a good SMT game. I've heard like conflicting things about the content that was added, but a cool lady was added, so I'll take that. But yeah, one thing I will say about it is that it made me very about the way like Atlas has started to do things recently, because they know that they make a lot of money now. Where like they remade these DS games that were like $30 when they came out, didn't add that much to them, bumped the price up by $10. And then sold premium DLC for them.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
And that's just sort of like especially when it comes to stuff like, oh yeah, you buy a ring that makes you get more XP. And that's like, also, John, you just showed me the Steve you were talking about, and I'm disgusted. That's an SMT demon right there.
That Wow, that's like weird 3D bubbly Steve.
It's really fucked up, and I hate it.
In Smash Bros.
That was a real look. That was during my dark times where I was trolling around for
And you believe
Smash
that
leaks.
was real?
No, I didn't think that was real. That was just a joke that people were posting over and over again to like harass people who were hoping for certain characters. They would like post pictures of that Steve like eating them or like killing them and shit like that. It was fucked up.
That is way more cursed than Hero Brian, who I was thinking of. How did we all think of different cursed Steves?
Because
Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time.
Yeah, there you go. That answers the question.
Oh,
We live in a society.
we do.
Sure
live in a
do.
society.
Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time.
Really do.
Ugh.
All right. Real quick, one last bit of news here. This is a really weird bit of news, but I kind of love it. A manufacturer and publisher called Panic announced a few days ago that they are making a brand new handheld device called the Playdate.
Oh, yeah.
It is a teeny tiny little console with a D-pad and 2 buttons, and it's in black and white, and it has a hand crank on the side of it. The way that it works, so it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and a headphone jack, and they say that it is 74 by 76 by 9 millimeters with a 2.7 inch display. This is a teeny tiny thing.
Whoa.
And yeah, it has a hand crank, which is not how it's charged. It has a rechargeable battery, a plug-in battery. But the crank is used in the games. Like, you just use a little crank in the games. The only, like, kind of, oh boy, is that it is $150 and it has no backlight. So...
In 2019.
Yeah.
Oh.
They made it sound like it was purposely they did not put a backlight in. They were like, we want you to play it in the sun or under a lamp. And I'm like, what the fuck are you get people talking about? That is, what? Like, just put a backlight in it.
This
Jesus
is some
Christ.
like bespoke handheld.
Yeah, that's just like, oh man, we want it to be like the original Game Boy, not the Game Boy Advance SP. Like,
Some
come
artisan
on, put a fucking backlight in it.
Game Boy Micro.
I don't want to come across insulting, but to me it's very openly like a joke. Like, I don't think it's supposed to break into the consumer market.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, this is very much supposed to be some kind of, like, high-end thing here that they're, like, it's an art piece, kinda. But the neat thing that I kinda like about this is that, yeah, because it has Wi-Fi, when you buy this thing, you're not just buying the console, you are buying 12 games. And they release the 12 games over the course of 12 weeks. So if you buy it at launch, it comes with, or I don't know if it comes with it per se, but you get the first game, and then each week after that, you get another game. And so far they've said that Keita Takahashi of Katamari, Zach Gage of Spell Tower, Bennett Foddy of QWOP and Getting Over It, and Sean Inman of The Last Rocket are each making a game for this thing. So that is
that's actually a really cool list.
It's a good pedigree.
Yeah, this is the 4 of the 12 games there. And they did say that if this thing is successful, they will continue to let people make games, so you will be able to buy games from a store, potentially, in the future, and download them. But that's only if this game sells, or if this console sells well.
But they've at least got like 12 games on the docket.
Yeah.
Hopefully from some women too in that list.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so far they've only announced a bunch of guys, so, you know, hopefully they have some different things. But they are also saying, like, hey, you know, if you want to develop for this, like, contact us. So they are very open about having people develop for it, that, you know, this, you know, at the very least, maybe that's just who they could contact. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're showing around a fucking crank, and a bunch of people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
I want to make a crank game. That sounds so fun.
This is the list of people that said, "All right, sure, I'll make a fucking crank game." Jesus Christ, who knows? We'll see. But hopefully, a good group of varied folks will make games for this.
Look,
because
I can already tell you what Keita Takahashi's game is on this, and it's gonna be a old car simulator where you just roll down the window of a car with a hand crank, and then something happens in the background, and then when you roll it up and you roll it back down again, something new happens in the background.
Oh, they already kind of showed his game.
Oh, did they?
It's called Crankin's Time Travel Adventure.
Oh, that's way even more beyond what I was expecting. Okay, great.
Yeah,
so
what they showed was you just play as a Keita Takahashi guy, and you crank the wheel forward, and he goes through his day, and you can stop to smell the roses, you can stop to look at a butterfly, and then you crank backwards, and then he just goes back home and sits down, and you just keep going back and forth through his day.
Okay. Yeah, and it's time based, right? So if you go forward, that's forward in time, and if you go backwards, it's backward in time.
Guess so.
Okay, perfect. No, you got it. Nailed it.
Cool.
I'm making the window crank game then. Thanks, Keita.
Yeah, there you go. He's just giving you the chance to make your own game.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, they're saying that they will have more stuff to announce. They don't have a release date. But I will be honest, as soon as I saw that, I did email them, and I was like, yeah, I'm interested to see more of this, so, I hope that I'm put on some kind of press list, because it's at least a neat idea.
I want to play the crank games.
I don't know if it'll work. I don't know
Cranking
if it'll
is
work
the thing
well.
you were best at.
Yeah, I'm not gonna incriminate myself too much here. More than I already have. I don't know. It'll be at the very least an interesting conversation piece. At the very least, even if this thing flops completely, we can at least be like, God, remember when they made that fucking console with the crank on it? What the hell?
Yeah, that's what we do with the Ouya.
Yeah, exactly. But at the very least, I will say I hope it's not an Ouya.
Yeah,
I would love for this thing to succeed. I just also feel like asking $150 for it when it doesn't have a backlight is a lot.
That was a tough part.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder about the quality of the crank itself, because that seems like a thing that breaks very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe. And I mean, the only time that I know about cranking is in those emergency flashlights that don't need batteries. And those seem to last a really long time.
Yeah, they pretty explicitly were like, no, this crank is not used to charge the battery. We know that this is the first thing that comes to mind when you see it. It's not that. So,
Or
I guess we'll find out more.
the fishing rod from the Nintendo Labo also had a big crank that you made. And that one's also surprisingly sturdy. I've tried to break that cardboard, and it is rigid.
Well, there you go.
I'm excited about an artisan handheld console, because I always thought the weirdest part about the Ouya was that they considered competing in console markets, very clearly, we want to be a player in this market. And it was like, no, that's not your strong suit. Your strong suit is giving indie developers a place to actually be console developers, because a lot of modern console, or a lot of modern game developers cut their teeth on the Ouya. And now that's a whole important piece of that culture and history of game design. However, as a console artifact, the Ouya is a joke.
Yeah, it would be really crazy to see a bunch of up and coming indies, especially folks who, aren't these men who already kind of have a name in the indie market, a lot of those guys are great, don't get me wrong, but like you said, it would be really cool to see some new faces, especially not just dudes, but it would be really great to just be like, oh yeah, I got my start on the Playdate, I made a crank game, and then now I'm working on something that's on the Microsoft E3 conference or something,
I'm using the Kinect to simulate cranking now.
Ooh, yeah. Figured it out.
I used to be the crank person. Now look at me.
One thing I find very interesting is that the company they chose to actually make those things, they don't make anything related to games. They're a fairly famous synthesizer company. They're called Teenage Engineering, and they're very famous for this one thing called the OP1. Look up a picture of the OP1. Every bedroom producer has one of those, and I'm saving up for one of those as well. Which is really weird. Like, why would you choose them?
Oh, that makes a lot of fucking sense now. I got my brother that for Christmas last Christmas.
Yeah, it's very good.
And I got it for him, and he looked at me and was like, "Thank you so much. I have one at home already, and now I have two." And I was like, whoa! We had a very good moment. Yeah, no, Teenage Engineering, they make cool shit. Mm-hmm. Also, all their stuff is kind of like that, where it's like, this looks like really flimsy, but it's actually like super solid.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to questions, folks. If you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, or tweet them at the tweet that we tweet out every week. Anonymous asks, I played Another World for the first time recently and found it absolutely terrible. Everything incredible about it is hindered by its frustrating gameplay, something influential that has been done better many times. What great games of today do you think will age like milk?
Ooh.
Kind of hard to say, because,
Of today.
What's a milk game?
Horizon Zero Dawn. I feel like any open world game is my biggest thing, because we're going to get to a state where, like, the game has actually, like, a ton of depth to every single objective or something, and, like, AI that is just getting smarter and smarter, and then you'll go back to play GTA 5, and it'll be like,
There's some validity to that, because we're already seeing that. We didn't talk about the important news of video gaming today, that they announced the name for Modern Warfare 4.
Right.
And it's just called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is different from
Modern Warfare 5.
It's different from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which was the first one in the series, which aged like milk.
No, that game's still good.
Is it?
It's a good... Well, the campaign is. I don't know what the multiplayer.
The campaign is good.
Is it? Oh,
I will stand by this. I don't even like Call of Duty. And I platinumed it.
Maybe I'm misremembering. Which one's the one with the airport intro?
That's 2.
That's 2. Okay. That's aged like milk.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The multiplayer didn't for that one, though, on the flip side of that.
I have a kind of similar choice here. Spec Ops: The Line has already aged like milk.
I'd say a lot of what's the word? A lot of, like, games where they get heavy into politics have aged very bad.
Like
Mass Effect, for example.
Yeah, like It's weird to say, but I know this might be. I don't want to make it sound like, oh boy, listen, you gotta excuse them a little bit, but to a certain extent, it's like the vast majority of game playing people, games writers, etc. Running into something like that, like Spec Ops: The Line, was a huge step forward, and I feel like that game helped mature, like, games criticism and just games as art a lot. And since then, there have been very vast steps forward, and there have been games that have done what Spec Ops: The Line did way better, and I also think that there were games that were doing what it did better before that. But that was the one that got the most attention. And I think it's still for the best that it exists, and it's good that people took those steps forward. And I just, it's the kind of thing where, like, it shouldn't be brought up anymore, but it was important for the time that it was there, and I think that should be, respected, but nowadays it's just like, okay, yeah, no, like, that's nowhere near acceptable anymore. Like, if someone made like, there's so many holes in Spec Ops The Line that, you know, you could just be like, yeah, I know what you're trying to say here, but it's still a game where you have a good time shooting people, and, you know.
Oh, I just thought of a great one.
What's the milkiest game, Rose?
Any MMO.
Yep.
Because they have... Every developer behind has like who makes an MMO has been guilty of this. I'm not even talking about being shut down or anything. I'm talking, they are so bad about maintaining content. WoW Classic is maybe the first time I've ever seen anything start to get in that direction of like actually like letting that game be like good and stuff like that. But like to give you a perfect example, you remember I liked World of Warcraft's Legion expansion, right? Like I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. Mm-hmm. None of that stuff is playable anymore. Like, they just streamlined it down into literally just the most basic, like, you do the quest, that's it. They cut out everything surrounding it completely. Mm-hmm. Wow. And it's just, like, sucks ass, man.
So does that mean there's, like, entire, like, sections or continents or whatever or regions that just don't have anything in them?
It's not that they don't have anything in it, it's that they've now become the bare minimum, because everything like that stuff would have led up to is stripped out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good. Final Fantasy has been better about it, but they're still just as guilty. Like, you'll end up just doing stuff and it'll be like, well, what was the reason of doing that? Well, it made sense when you were playing Heavensward and you were going to get this or whatever, but like, you know.
Well, you gotta go to one of those MMOs that never changes. You know, RuneScape.
I have been.
Timeless.
I have. No. I've been playing Iron Man RuneScape.
Right?
They have Iron Man RuneScape now, where you don't trade with anybody.
What?
You just have to do everything on your own.
Why?
I don't know.
Getting scammed out of your Addy is the best part of the game.
Well, it can't happen now. It's fucking crazy.
I think I would argue it's already aged horribly, and it's been 6 months. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, you know I'm with you there, buddy. Oh.
Because I don't think there's anything in that game. Maybe the story for the people who liked it, you know, who I wasn't one of those. But like, who's gonna go back to that shooting or that horse riding? It all plays awful.
I know. Yeah, no, that's exactly a thing, right? It's like, it plays awful and like maybe you like the story, but is it worth going through all that? And especially Red Dead Redemption 1 plays better than that game.
Yeah, thank you. Someone said it. Thank you.
Yeah, like what the fuck? How does that happen?
I hate that game.
I hate that game too. Fucking, I'm glad that I don't think anyone at this website likes that game at all. I think everyone's just sort of like, they see me and Niall yelling about it. Now we have you too. I'm glad. Sucks ass.
I sold that game and bought Smash Ultimate, and that's the best deal I've ever made.
Yeah, that's a really good deal.
Oh, the old Nintendo glow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Shoeless asks, what Tyler Durden-looking ass do you expect to play Sweet Tooth in the Twisted Metal TV show they announced?
Oh, no.
That is a piece of news that we forgot to mention. Sony talks... Yeah, whatever. We just didn't care. Sony announced that they're going to be making TV shows and movies out of their games, and one of the things they announced was they're going to make a Twisted Metal show. So, who are they going to have play Sweet Tooth?
Aaron Paul. I'm sorry.
Aaron Paul, the ice cream man.
I was just thinking about it. He was in Need for Speed, so it's not that different.
Same role.
Same role.
I was going to say the guy who played Joe in Mad Max, because they're the same character.
That's true. That is true.
I wonder if, what's his name? The King of Queens dude could be Sweet Tooth.
Fuck off right now.
Kevin James.
Fuck off right now. Paul Blart?
I think he'd have fun with it.
I wouldn't.
No.
Maybe he would.
Kevin James is Sweet Tooth.
You know what? Boy. Maybe I'm into this now. I don't know.
What if he gets he wheels out of the ice cream truck on a Segway?
What the fuck is up with PlayStation's thing where they decide to make a show every 4 years and it's never good?
I don't know.
I don't mean to be like just brutal like that, but it's true. Like that fucking Heroes one, remember that? It's like
I remember
superheroes.
that.
I'm shocked you remember it because I only just did.
I remembered it because a few days ago, they were giving out some fucking anime on PlayStation Store, and, like, I'm probably never gonna watch it, but I just did it because it was free. And I looked at, like, here's the list of things that you own, and it was, like, those animes, and then I own fucking Powers, whatever it's called, because I had PS Plus.
Yeah.
Because I had PS Plus for the time that it was there, and it was like, okay, I can watch this if I want to, but I'm never going to, because, you know.
I always associate Powers with the really bizarre speech that was given before that about Infamous Second Son, if you remember it. That was
God.
the guy being out saying, like, police kill people in the streets every day. And it was like, whoa, guy, where are you going with this one? Like,
Yeah, when I was young, I thought the police were there to protect me and my friends.
right, and I was like,
mistaken.
okay. Fuck.
Don't worry about it. Let's see. Harlequin Wheels asks, was wondering if y'all had any thoughts on the news article going around about the esports bubble. I don't follow any esports myself at the moment, but do y'all think that the bubble will affect fighting games? Fighting games definitely feel like their own separate thing. But this whole discussion is running concurrently to the speculation that Cygames will be putting a lot of that gotcha money into supporting Granblue versus at EVO. Yeah, I definitely feel like fighting games is a different thing. I feel like when most people talk about esports, they're talking about Dota, they're talking about League, they're talking about a lot of other things. But
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, Heroes of the Storm. That's a bubble that already popped. I don't know. And you know, you also have like your Call of Duty, your CSGO, all that shit. I definitely think fighting games are a little bit involved with that, but I feel like they're also at the point where I think if this bubble does pop, fighting games will continue. Because fighting games is so grassroots as it is. Like, you know, even if, like, Echo Fox shuts down or whatever the hell, the sponsorships will get smaller, but there will still be sponsorships.
You're saying that the foundation is much more firm in fighting games just because of how it's been around longer. It's a more natural progression.
Yes.
So, like, the way that I can think of it as a good comparison is, like, for fighting games, it's just people coming to a place, basically, and then they just, like, do shit and just fool around, basically, with, like, some other stuff, and then do their thing. And it's, like, usually part of a cohesive whole with a bunch of different things, whereas with the esports stuff, they all focus on their own thing, because they don't want anything to do with their competitors. They don't want anything to do with that. And, like, the reason that will pop and the fighting games will be fine is because with the other stuff, for example, Valve recently announced that they're probably going to stop paying for hotel rooms and, like, travel for professional Counter-Strike players. Like, the reason that will pop is because those people won't have any reason to go out of their way to go to an expensive city like fucking Seattle or something like that and, like, do a fucking Counter-Strike tournament that they might lose and get no money for. Compared to, like, a fighting game tournament where it's just, like, I don't know, like, fucking there's a fighting game tournament happening everywhere, like, all the time.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like, no matter what, your game will be covered. Like, you know, eventually your game will, you know, age out, but eventually you'll play something else, you can get good at something else. Like, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ is starting to lose its luster, but hey, you know what? All those people that are good at Dragon Ball FighterZ, they'll probably be really good at Granblue, because it's the same company. Like, all the people that are really good at Street Fighter, like, once Street Fighter V goes away, they'll make a Street Fighter 6. They'll make something else like Street Fighter. Like, you know, you don't gotta worry about that.
So from both ends, it's sustainable.
Yeah, fighting games, I think, are way more sustainable, and they are a separate enough thing. Because, you know, like Wheel says in this ask, like, Cygames putting a bunch of money into EVO, like, you know, they're going to get what they expect out of this. Mm-hmm. People are going to see Granblue Fantasy Versus at EVO. They're going to like it. They're going to buy it. They're going to play it. People are going to enter tournaments because they want to win money too, and they want to compete. Like, even if, like, all of the like, sponsorship companies shut down, like, that's not going to change anything, because they'll keep making games.
Right.
You know, but, like, if the CSGO sponsorships go away, that's it for CSGO.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a big difference.
Yeah, and also because even though there's been a lot more money in it in the last 3 to 4 years, fighting games, it's still like they're cheap compared to the ridiculous prices they give out on like Dota and League of Legends.
Dota, which has more money than God, for the Invitational every year.
They rent out goddamn stadiums.
Yep.
Man, did y'all see the fucking... this was like a couple weeks ago, but where like Dota was like, we're going to charge you money for better matchmaking now.
Great.
It's fucking great. I love... Esport games are a blight. That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
They really are.
They're goddamn blight. Even Fortnite. I'm just... all of these things are nightmares, and I want them to go away.
Yeah.
They are like eldritch horrors of game designs, just systems on systems, and then monetization schemes on monetization schemes. It is wild all the way down.
I just want to play Halo.
Halo Reach is coming back.
Yeah, I hope it wins. I hope all these people play a real game and they go, "Wow, it's a real video game." That's how I felt when I played Titanfall 2 after Apex Legends, where I was just like, "Oh, this is a real video game." Wait, hold on.
I think
I don't have to pay money.
I want to complicate the discussion about esports bubbles, and the Kotaku article I read about it today also kind of did that, but didn't go very far. You want to watch out when anyone talks about a bubble, because the moment they put that word into your head, it's very evocative. But bubbles can only do one thing. They can only pop. Whenever that rhetoric is thrown in, that's the immediate thing. Is the discussion completely becomes, okay, so if this does pop, what's going to happen? And that might not even reflect what the actual space is about. What was really interesting about the discussion that came up about a bubble of any kind was actually about worries of esports people, esports companies, esports like tournament, big time organizations, inflating their view numbers and overhyping what esports actually turns out on an annual basis. And that's where they're getting speculation of this being something unsustainable. And the interesting thing about that and what they say when they kind of like walk it back is they say, oh, this is an esports bubble. Then later in the article, they say, oh, this is esports bubbles, many bubbles, because each of these games could be their own bubble. And will that cause a chain reaction between a bunch of games to fall by the wayside because they find out the Emperor has no clothes and nobody's actually that interested in what's one of the smaller like Smite or Clash Royale or any of these kinds of games. And
every time I think of Smite, I think about the Doge skin they released last year.
That was 2018.
It was 2018, and he was like, "Wow, such game," and I was like, "I want to die."
Well, that's the thing is that now we do want a Doge skin, except we want him to be suffering.
Yeah, we want him to be like, "Oh, my family left me."
I can't believe you said Smite, and I was thinking of Smite's own company's Battle Royale game. We were thinking of the exact same company.
Oh, fucking...
By the way, fuck everything about that company. Uninstalling their games is a nightmare.
Really?
They have to give you a special, different program made specifically to uninstall their horrible games. Actually, I like Smite, but uninstalling it is horrible.
It can be fun to play and also still be a horrible game.
Yeah, like you have to send them a customer service report and it's like, I can't get your game off my computer. Please give me your special software.
And they're like, why do you want to leave? Can we give you some money to sweeten the deal?
Where are you going?
All right, last question here. We still have some more, but you know what? We're running long already. Again, if you want to send in questions, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask or tweet at us. Century Punk asks, if we get new controllers for the next gen, what changes would you like? I'm holding out for 6 face buttons and getting rid of clicking and sticks.
Whoa.
Oh.
I want that. I hate clicking in the stick.
You don't want the clicky sticks?
No, I hate it.
I don't hate the clicking sticks, but I do think I would prefer having just extra buttons instead of the clicky sticks.
Maybe this goes to a new conversation to a degree, but I just want to say, like, maybe I don't hate clicking in the sticks. I hate sprinting in video games, and I want them to stop putting sprinting in video games.
Just make it like DMC?
I would prefer just, hey, I just want to run. I just want to run. Just put it in the fucking run.
You know, in Devil May Cry, when you just run for a while and then you start going faster...
That's fine, yeah. That's fine.
That's how it should just fucking be.
Are you jumping a demon scooter?
Yeah, that's fine. But even then you have to click on the stick once, and I don't want to do that.
I like that,
though. That's fine.
Just have it like fucking like Build Engine games do, where you go in and you just press a button, or like Doom or whatever, you just press a button in the options menu where it's just always run.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, just do that.
Do that. And for controller shit, for real talk shit with controllers, I want them to have good D-pads. They keep making horrible D-pads. I don't know what's getting into them recently, but like the Switch is the worst one. Like, not even the normal controller. Even just talking about like the fucking the Joy-Cons. Like, that D-pad hurts.
4 separate buttons instead of a D-pad.
Sucks.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's a really bad idea.
So here's what I'm thinking.
What happened?
I'm thinking 3-foot wide controller that you can fit on your lap. And I want those big, like, instead of like analog sticks, it's like hand-sized analog sticks that you get for like rhythm games. And then you can push on those. And so I just want the inverse of everything you're asking for, Rose. I want only clicky button analog sticks.
Oh, why? That's like the opposite of the Xbox accessible controller.
Kinda is.
You're a monster.
Xbox inaccessible controller.
Well, you broke Game Informer's April Fool's joke this year or something. You spoiled it.
I want my goddamn select back.
Yeah, I like the share button, but yeah,
we want our select buttons back.
We do.
It's like so confusing now, because some games now just use start or options, as it's called. Like some games use the touchpad on the PS4.
That's a nightmare.
We had a standard. Why did you have to destroy it?
The PlayStation Center button has been the biggest nightmare for me, because some games use it as start, some games use it as select, some games use it as nothing, some games just use it as a touchpad. You slide your little finger on and ruin the game randomly.
Yeah.
You know what's been terrible in DMC? Because I replayed them all for 5.
Yeah.
In the HD collection, anywhere on the touchpad is the taunt. But on DMC4, you have to press specifically on the left to get the taunt. And then in DMC5, it doesn't matter again.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Why?
Okay, so I'm looking at a DS4 right now. I'm looking at the DualShock 4, and I'm noticing that there's a good amount of it that is clicky between the analog sticks and like the center button.
Well, yeah, it's like they said, it feels like touching breasts for the first time, right? That was the thing that was said about it. So
someone said that. Why? Anyway, my point is that there's a lot of real estate on here that isn't clicky button. Like the D-pad doesn't have a center clicky button. It could. The face buttons don't have a center clicky button. That's a whole 5th button on that right side.
Here, you know what I want to say about the D-pad on the DualShock 4? I've dealt with this twice now. It has this hellish thing where when it breaks, it only breaks one of the buttons because they're all individual. And then it just makes it get stuck down, and it just makes everything hell.
Yep. It's like, well,
I just want the old D-pad.
That controller's done.
I want the fucking 3DS D-pad. That's like a good one.
I want that circle pad to click.
Ah, you're a monster.
God.
Could you imagine? I'm thinking about that, and it's causing me psychic damage. Like, I'm like, ah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this week's show. Thank you all for being on. That will do it. Here's the usuals. At VGCC is our Twitter. VideoGameChooChoo.tumblr.com is our Tumblr. Go to patreon.com/VGCC to donate to us. You can get our anime podcast, Chuchigatri Unlimited Train Works, for just $1. You get that a whole week early. And you can get our tabletop podcast, The Route, also a whole week early. That's $3. So for $3, you get 2 podcasts a week early than everybody else. That's such a great deal, in my opinion. And I'm not biased at all. You can also go to thegamezone.zone, which is our which is our Discord server. It's a lovely place to hang out with some fun folks. We're always hanging out there. It's a great time. I'd like to thank Melt Channel / Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to more Melt Channel, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com. If you want to listen to Magic Circuit, look them up on Spotify. They got some pretty recent music that's all bangers. Also, a reminder, in about a month, we will have our first live panel at the CEO Fighting Game Tournament in Daytona Beach, Florida. I would advise, if you're listening to this day of release, if you're planning on going, you should probably book your tickets and get your hotel room and all that, like, as soon as possible, because that shit is going to fill up, it's going to get real expensive. But come on down and see us. We are going to have a great time. We're already lining up some really dumb shit to do, so it's going to be a real treat. So come see us at CEO this year, and go see some fighting games too. We're definitely going to watch some fun fighting games as well. And that should do it. Is there anything y'all want to say before we close out?
Yeah, if you know of any other restaurants that are doing birthday exclusive like gifts and stuff, please send them my way.
Oh, come over here, Solon. There's this really great one that I would always take my grandmother to every year, where they would just fucking make you a lobster. Just for free.
What the fuck?
Dead ass. You tell them it's your birthday. It's a family restaurant. It's like family owned, I mean. Right over here. Keep in mind, we're in New England, right? Okay? So this is like very commonplace type things. Lobster's still not cheap, but you know. And yeah, you would just literally be like, hey, it's my birthday. And they would just be like, all right, here's just a lobster dinner. Mm-hmm. Fucking crazy. Every year. And she would just let me have it.
Dang.
Yeah. So come over here.
By the time you find out, it's going to be Monday, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have time. I've got 3 days left in the month or whatever.
That's true. It's fine. Yeah. No, that's right.
It's my birthday.
Well, everyone, happy Soul-and-Miss, and we'll see you next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long.